So I'm going to answer the questions for Chapter 14's case study, which is Let's Talk. So question number 1 says, the teacher concentrated on techniques for ensuring that every child contributed to the class discussion. Why do you think this might be? I think this is because in every class there's always the talkative students and the students that rather be quiet and not give their input on any discussion. So I think this is really good because it gives everyone a chance to say what they need to say in a discussion, and even involve the children that may be not so involved in tasks, may not openly speak about it. It gives them a chance to come forward and give their input on the subject. Number 2 says, what techniques can you think of which might encourage less confident students to contribute to a class discussion? I think that the technique that the teacher used in this case study, which was the sticks, I think that's really, really important, and it's something that I would use in my classroom to bring out the less confident students, to bring them up to discussion, and where they feel happy and free to, discuss with the whole class and give their input on it. Number 3 says, what positive outcomes are seen to result from this teacher's change in the way she runs the classroom? I think this would make every lesson so the children would look forward to it, and so would the teacher, and it would be a little bit less stressful, and it would be more of a positive experience because everyone says what they need to say, and the teacher should give each child a chance to say something. And I think that the positive outcomes would be that children look forward to every lesson, and every lesson would be something different, a different topic, and it would just be bringing the children out of their shell a little bit, some putting them back a little bit in that shell, because some children can be a little bit loud and vocal. So those are what I think the positive outcomes of this exercise would be. Lastly, number 4 says, taking into account what you know about how children's thinking develops, why might discussing emotional responses to events and encouraging children to talk constructively about ethical issues be appropriate things to do in your classroom? I think this really develops children socially, and so that when they go out and they meet more mature people, they know their place, when to talk, what to say, rather than blurting out things and then having misunderstandings later. So this really prepares them for their more mature life as well, and for the rest of their life it will really prepare them for, where your place is, where's drawing the line, and always making conversation with people. So I think honestly this develops children socially and even emotionally, so that they're not so drawn into themselves and isolated from the rest of the group. So this is my thoughts on this chapter. It was really interesting because when I started reading this chapter, it took me back to when I was in my dance class in high school, and my teacher used to do this. We even used to do kind of silent sessions. That would also be something else I would do. Say if during the week you do like the stick exercise every day, and if you wanted to have just a silent discussion, we used to do something called white charts, where we put in 3 different topics and say what we want for each different topic. And I think that's another great exercise, and at the end you can combine them all together and share your ideas that way. So those are my thoughts on this case study.